Okay? Called I'm My Own Grandpa. Oh, by the way, I don't play guitar, and I also don't sing. Okay, many, many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. The widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her and soon the two were wed. Made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. My daughter was my mother, for she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. Baby boy then became a brother-in-law to Dad. This made him my uncle, and it also made me sad. For if he is my uncle, then that also makes him brother to the widow's lovely daughter, who of course is my stepmother. Father's wife then had a child which kept him on the run. He became my grandchild cause he was my father's son. My wife, she is my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. My grandmother, I am her grandchild, and every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband to my own grandma, I am my own grandpa. Ah, my own grandpa. Ah, my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Ah, my own grandpa. It feels so good when you clap, and it's such an incredible amount of appreciation that just fills my urn of self-esteem. And it really does. Okay, what I'm going to do now is to talk. My self-esteem almost got carried away over there. Boy, I better fill it up again, you know? Okay. What can we do to feel good about ourselves? Right? And so we're going to talk a little about self-esteem and eggs. Now, what do people and self-esteem and eggs all have in common? Right? Is the fact that we're all kind of fragile. You know, we're all kind of hard on the outside, and most of us, I think, are pretty soft on the inside. You know, and I think there's a place to put on that hard cover. You know, when you do the Project Adventure games, you know, bumper, and you always put your hands out to protect each other, and you know. And I look at it that we all kind of need that in life, that we can't just be totally open, right, because it's too easy to get hurt. So we've all kind of built some shells around us to protect us. But it's a matter of what happens, right, afterwards. Right? How do we react to life? And some people become hard-boiled. Right? In other words, that nothing impacts them. That they resist everything, and for them, right, they probably don't smile a lot, but they probably don't feel a lot of pain a lot of the time. They kind of shut down their feelings, and which is too bad. For the majority of us, we kind of open up every once in a while, you know, and sometimes we get hurt, and sometimes it feels great. Right? But the real trick with self-esteem is how is it when we end up like Humpty Dumpty and are kind of sprawled out there with opened up and sensitive with our emotions kind of sprawled on the floor? Right? How do we pull ourselves together, feel good about ourselves? And how is it that we help friends, right, and other people be able to do that? And I think it's important for all of us to know, if we understand that there's times where all of us are fragile and need that support, and it's okay for people to feel even bad, right? Because, you know, if you feel bad, you can also feel good, right? And that it's okay to let people feel that way, but to let them know that you care and you support them. Anyway, and sometimes events help us to be able to do that, where we can actually feel good about ourselves because something else external happened.